Okay, so I've pretty much finished punching in on the back. You can see the kind of relief we're getting. And because we worked on it, I also annealed it again, because now it's time to turn the piece over and work from the front to kind of sharpen up some of the details. So that's what we'll do now. Move the camera again. You can watch what's going on. Because as you can see, yeah, you can see a lot of the details in the punch texture, but the edges are really soft. So we use a liner, among other things, and we'll push this down. And I suppose before I go too far, when I'm working from the back using a smaller punch, I can go over that as many times as I want to get these lines to where they're as smooth as this is. But because it's a tree, you know, I like leaving the bumps and ridges in there on this so that it just makes it look more tree-like. But you can go over it again and again and again until you get it as smooth as you want. And again, this is not something with an exceptional amount of fine detail. So I'm not going to spend the time going and chasing out every detail in this. I'm mostly just going to try to flatten this piece out and return some of these areas that weren't meant to be raised to being flat. And I don't know if you can see from there or not, but yeah, it's a little tough to see. But the punch here, this liner punch, leaves marks on the front, which you're not really going to want to see. So after we do this, then it's time to go over the whole thing with something like a Scotch-Brite pad or steel wool or sandpaper, something that will blend in those marks and scratches and remove all the oxidation from the annealing. And the interesting thing about doing this is you don't, at least in this, for these trees, you don't have to work too hard at it or think too much, because the areas that weren't supposed to be punched, that just rose through the process of working, they go right down when you hit them, and the ones that you punched are stronger, and they resist being pushed back down again. So now I'm just flattening in against this board. And you can see now it's very strong. It doesn't bend at all. Part of that is the work hardening, but I didn't really hammer on things too much since I just annealed it. So that strength comes from the structure. So there is our tree. Let me put it back here. Or we zoom out. I'll show you the tree. Okay, so there's our tree. Just put on a lighter backdrop against that. And you can see the relief. It's pretty good. I'd say we're getting a ½ inch out of the center of that tree. Okay, so like I said, now I'm going to take some time and try to polish out these scratches and shine it up, and hopefully next time I'll get to show you the finished product.